working with your friends who can help you, get a little bit of boost and get a couple of links coming to the site. Network with other bloggers in your market and see if you can get them to pick up, maybe link to the site a little bit to start. So, and then we're going to cover WordPress setup very quickly right after this. So foundation content is things like lists. What are the top 10 things people need to know about blank? What are the top 21 best sites out there? Name 7 things that you wish this market had, or just all kinds of things. And you'll find these lists that have been very successful for your competition on their sites. So you should be able to get great ideas from those sites and replicate your own. A lot of times people will put up lists and they become outdated because the lists are based on timely information. So you can just take the ideas that people have come up with that have been really well received by their readers and update them on your site. One great example is your WordPress ping list. That's something that goes around and around and around. New ping services come up all the time. You don't have to know right now what that means. You'll find out in the guide. But I would put a list up and then people will go, this looks a little outdated. 6 months later, do you have an update? And I have to either update it or somebody will steal my thunder in my market and put up a new updated list. People are very smart about how to search now, so they'll go ping list WordPress 2010. And they'll try to isolate by the year that a list like that was updated, the content that's the most recent, because they're looking for the most recent ping list to put in their WordPress system. So lists are very, very, very crucial. People love lists, and it's the favorite kind of link bait, which is the third thing here, of all. You want your keystone content. That's the expected content that the respected sites, the currently respected sites in your market, have on their sites. If somebody has a wildly popular about page and people just love it because it's humorous or it's interesting or whatever, you probably want to think about how much effort you put into your about page. Your static, your content that doesn't change that much, all needs to be there. So whatever that keystone content is that other sites have in your market, you want to have something like that for yours as well. This all gives you plenty of stuff to launch your site with. If it's a brand new site, it gives you plenty of things to go back and fix up if you launched your site, your blog, and you didn't put this kind of content into your site. Other things include tools, freebies, what are you going to give away? What are some PDFs that you can put together that are a little bit more long form how-to guides or resource guides, things like that. You're going to want to do that to get people on your list. So, what has been successful in the past with the successful sites in your market, what can you do to come up with something that's just as enticing as those things are? Remember that those guys have tested all of those things. They've done all your work for you. If they are giving away a report right now, there's a good chance that they have a very good feeling, some good intel that their readers are going to love it or like it or whatever. They didn't put it up on a whim. Link bait is basically something that is so good, or it took so long to put together, it took time, it took effort, it took something that other people aren't going to want to replicate. They're going to rather just link to it. And say, wow, this is really good. That's when you start getting track back links. People start mentioning your link bait post in their blog posts, and you start to get all those little notifications that you have a new comment, but it's not really a comment, it's a track back. It means that another site has linked to your page, and you'll get a little title in your comments, and you'll get a little snippet from their blog post. And of course, if it's flattering and everything, you want to approve that to show social proof that this is very well accepted information by my peers. And so that's great. And you're going to use that tactic as well to get links yourself. So that's your foundation content. That should give you plenty of ideas to either go back and fix up your blog if it doesn't have these kinds of things, or start out with a bang right out of the gate. And once you have this foundation laid, you're ready to get going and start promoting that foundation and working on the rest of your content, developing all of that. Okay, WordPress setup. This is easy for me right now because you just need to go to the guide and follow it on the plugins, your ping list, all of that kind of stuff is in the guide. A little bit more technical and you'll get through it just fine. And you'll be very surprised to see probably that there's not a lot that I'm requiring you to do there. There are lots and